Big Swig roller, latest addition to the roller class, medium weight, massive paint pattern. And you pretty much paint the flapper zone with one flick if you're positioned correctly. Call other rollers that does not paint its feet as here. What you do need to do is hold the roller down, then that forward if you do want to paint under your feet. Or aim like this. But that is not exactly effective. Efficient, not sure what the right word is for that. My well paint is definitely for roller paint. Took a flick just to show that off as well. Paint quite widely, so it's good for mobility. Damage numbers: 50 horizontal, 160 vertical. Not sure if that 10-point difference matters anywhere really, but just saying. In order to actually get the 160, you do need to be pretty close to the hits. You saw me just get a weak first hit there. You do need to be close. It works in a similar fashion to Carbon. I think you can be just a very tiny bit further away. Not too much. I mean, we're considering the whole damage numbers and as well as its rolling, which is small fries but not chumps. You might think of it as like 2.5 carbons, like, fused together. However, for actual gameplay purposes, what you do want to think of this as basically instead Octobrush but as a roller. Plays exactly like Octobrush, except that does have other roller tech available to it. And instead is that one cycle that is a little bit harder than it is with Brush, of course. Or whatever that might be better at IRite moving over unpainted ground, I guess. Yeah, the brush has better mobility, better stealth matchup. Swig has better, most other things I believe. Most boss matchups are better. The matchup is not quite, I would say. Yeah, Big Shot sure is as a really significant one. Anyway, what you mostly wanna do in waves is harmlessers. Look at this big hitbox, you're just hitting everything. Cohogs are usually 3-shotting. Oh, that was a 4-shot, I went a little bit too far away. Yeah, one thing that does also listen that I cannot show off here is the bounce feature. If you do listen to a Cohog, you will usually not actually kill it, but just bounce it away. I believe that is also a way how you can dodge its attacks even. You might bounce it away before it hits you and then it's not hitting you anymore. Cool. You'll also bounce yourself a bit back too as well though. So don't do it right by the water, you'll just back. A bit like undercover in the old game, not in this game though. This bounce thing is like, in my experience, not super useful. I've done it a few times around big shot cannons. It's... but whatever still, I have to say. It's there. You can get creative with it if you wanna. With boss matchups, steel hits I've already told you. Fish stakes can reach them with horizontal flicks if you jump right after them. Coverage can be a little bit shaky. If there are only like a few ones left, like 1 or 2, you can of course snap them easily with a vertical flick as well. And then of course the easiest way to actually kill it is if you do climb it and then horizontal flicks them. If that is not an option, then you can hit them from the ground too. Other bosses, Big Shot, you cannot bounce those back, so again just hug them. Shields you can roll, but it might be a little bit harder just because of how wide this thing is. Rollers do generally not like to hit the eel wall with the side of them. That would just knock you out of that. Grappers. And as well as... actually no, not lids. In the lids you can also just get stuck and you'll be fine, but for scrappers the combo is 1, 2, 3, and then roll. Same if you do a vertical flick to approach for the first one. Stuff like that. No, that doesn't feel fast or anything. But yeah, 3 flicks, 1 roll. Okay, that should cover bosses. Let's talk about night waves, and there is quite some stuff to say about night waves. Sure. First up, rush, same as all other rollers. Stand somewhere near basket, have your teammates stand behind you. Ever so slowly forward to farm all of the rush. This is, in my opinion, actually the best of other rollers for rush, just because of how wide it is. Makes it really hard for the enemies to actually ever get past it. However, the damage is really low, so for teammates, please hit that Goldie, or else bad things might happen. No, like only 70 damage with 1 hit. It is less than a fifth of the Goldie's health, that's basically nothing. You really do not wanna like hit the Goldie mud, and you need DPS in that. Gorillas, focus small phrase, clear them up whenever they're going around, pretty much. On that, you can contribute with stunts, maybe with DPS when small phrase are perfectly under control. But small phrase top priority. Mudmouth, you can help with cohorts out of the golden ones. And the weapons aren't exactly looking great for it. Most of the time there will be a better weapon than the Salmon. Instead just do the small phrase with rolls, the chance with flicks. Seeking, same as all other rollers again. Get ahead of the Goldie, roll into it. You might latch onto it for a little bit longer than with your average roller just because of how wide this is. Again, it's not really too much wider than Dynamo, so you're still probably gonna lose it after 1 or 2 seconds time. But yeah, pretty standard stuff there. That is all about the big Swig.